Chapter 2. The Top Hat. The only thing we require to be good philosophers is the faculty of wonder. Sophie was sure she would hear from the anonymous letter writer again. She decided not to tell anyone about the letters for the time being. At school, she had trouble concentrating on what the teachers said. They seemed to talk only about unimportant things. Why couldn't they talk about what a human being is, or about what the world is, and how it came into being? For the first time she began to feel that at school, as well as everywhere else, people were only concerned with trivialities. There were major problems that needed to be solved. Did anybody have answers to these questions? Sophie felt that thinking about them was more important than memorizing irregular verbs. When the bell rang after the last class, she left the school so fast. Why was it so difficult to be absorbed in the most vital and, in a way, the most natural of all questions? She felt her heart beating faster as she opened the mailbox. At first she found only a letter from the bank and some big brown envelopes for her mother. Darn! Sophie had been looking forward to getting another letter from the unknown sender. As she closed the gate behind her, she noticed her own name on one of the big envelopes. Turning it over, she saw, written on the back, "Course in Philosophy. Handle with care." Sophie ran up the gravel path and flung her schoolbag onto the step. Stuffing the other letters under the doormat, she ran around into the back garden and sought refuge in the den. Inside the envelope there were 3 typewritten pages held together with a paperclip. Sophie began to read. What is philosophy? Lots of people have hobbies. Some people collect old coins or foreign stamps. Some do needlework. Others spend most of their spare time on a particular sport. A lot of people enjoy reading, but reading tastes differ widely. Some people only read newspapers or comics. Some like reading novels, while others prefer books on astronomy, wildlife, or technological discoveries. If I happen to be interested in horses or precious stones, I cannot expect everyone else to share my enthusiasm. If I watch all the sports programs on TV with great pleasure, I must put up with the fact that other people find sports boring. Is there nothing that interests us all? Is there nothing that concerns everyone, no matter who they are or where they live in the world? Yes, dear Sophie, there are questions that certainly should interest everyone. They are precisely the questions this course is about. What is the most important thing in life? If we ask someone living on the edge of starvation, the answer is food. If we ask someone dying of cold, the answer is warmth. If we put the same question to someone who feels lonely and isolated, the answer will probably be the company of other people. But when these basic needs have been satisfied, will there still be something that everybody needs? Philosophers think so. They believe that man cannot live by bread alone. Of course, everyone needs food, and everyone needs love and care, but there is something else, apart from that, which everyone needs, and that is to figure out who we are and why we are here. Being interested in why we are here is not a casual interest like collecting stamps. People who ask such questions are taking part in a debate that has gone on as long as man has lived on this planet. How the universe, the earth, and life came into being is a bigger and more important question than who won the most gold medals in the last Olympics. The best way of approaching philosophy is to ask a few philosophical questions. How was the world created? Is there any will or meaning behind what happens? Is there a life after death? How can we answer these questions? And most important, how ought we to live? People have been asking these questions throughout the ages. We know of no culture which has not concerned itself with what man is and where the world came from. Today as well, each individual has to discover his own answer to these same questions. You cannot find out whether there is a God or whether there is life after death by looking in an encyclopedia. Nor does the encyclopedia tell us how we ought to live. However, reading what other people have believed can help us formulate our own view of life. A lot of age-old enigmas have now been explained by science. What the dark side of the moon looks like was once shrouded in mystery. It was not the kind of thing that could be solved by discussion. It was left to the imagination of the individual. But today we know exactly what the dark side of the moon looks like, and no one can believe any longer in the man in the moon, or that the moon is made of green cheese. We feel we are part of something mysterious, and we would like to know how it all works.